4 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started. Does anybody have a bid that's due today at 5? Does anyone need to start right now because they're in a hurry? Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yes, John, you're loud and clear.
Alrighty. Anybody had a question, bid or solicitation proposal you want to go through?
Yes, John. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, John?
Yes.
Okay. I was emailing you earlier. I'm sorry I called, but I was kind of excited to see this one. And I sent you the email with the solicitation number. I guess my question is I was trying to find out if the bid was still open.
What's your email?
GYB Transport 2016. Right there. Up. Go back up. Yep.
This one?
Yes.
Let me grab my notepad here.
Okay.
You're new to the training, so you don't know this. In the future, whenever you got a bid you want to work on, when you're actually in the bid, I'll show you real quick.
Okay.
What in the world was that?
I don't know.
I got it. If anyone's not speaking, if you could pause your microphone. We got some background noise coming from somewhere. Okay. That scared the heck out of me. I forgot what I was doing. That literally scared the heck out of me.
You were showing me, you were saying because I am new to the bid when I'm actually inside a bid, and then you said, hold on, I'll show you.
Okay, AG0261S170010. All right. This one right here is State Lead Shipping?
Yes.
Okay. So in the future, any of you new guys in the future, when you got a solicitation you want to work on, when you're actually in the solicitation, copy this link right here and just email it to me. And that way when we get on the training, I don't have to look it up. I can just click on the link and go right to it.
Okay, roger that.
You're new, so you didn't know. It's no big deal. All right, so let's start with what questions you have. You said you wanted to know if it was still available?
Yes.
It is
not.
not.
Because I see that it's not.
Yeah, see where it says award?
Yep.
Now,
that's what I thought.
If it was recently awarded, this was posted on March 14th. There was no response date. Not set to archive till April. It's been awarded to doesn't show who it's been awarded to. That's kind of weird.
That's why I called you to have a question, because it was so vague.
Yeah, what I would do on this one is email Diana and ask her for a debriefing on this award. So you're going to do it like this. Matter of fact, I'll just do it and show you guys real quick. So click on her email. It's going to automatically open an email under her name. I'm going to scroll back up to the top. I'm going to copy that and that. I'm going to go to the email. I'm going to paste it. I always communicate with purchasing officers by their first name. So I'm going to put Diana, regarding, then the SAL number, then the description, and I'm going to put debriefing request. Thanks. And I'm going to get rid of any links that can get my email blocked. Not even going to have my company name in there or address. I'm going to leave the phone numbers in case she needs to respond to me. And I'm going to take this, copy it. I'm going to paste it back into the email so I can spell check it. Looks like it's good. I'm going to leave it in the body and in the subject line. And I'm also going to go here and I'm going to do a delivery request and a read receipt request and email it. That's a debriefing. So what I'm doing is I'm requesting information from her to tell me who she awarded it to and why. Debriefings are
Okay.
You want to do it every time you submit a bid. Even if you win it, you want to request a debriefing because you want to know why they chose you. Why did you win it? If you didn't win it, you obviously want to request a debriefing because you want to know why you didn't win it. You want to learn from each bid. Make sure you don't make the same mistakes. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. We don't do that. We're results oriented around here. We want to learn from everything we do.
Right.
Any other questions on this one?
No, that was basically it. I didn't bid anything. I didn't start it because when I looked at it, they kept sending me emails on it. And I was like, oh, okay, it's still open. And then I got the one today, and I'm thinking, well, it doesn't look like this is still open. So that's when I decided, I said, I need to call you because maybe I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing.
Sure. If you don't have your searches set up in FBO by keyword to automatically find opportunities to bid on, go to YouTube and search FBO how to. My video right here, FBO how to set up searches in FBO by John Wayne. This shows you how to set up the searches in FBO by keyword instead of by naics codes, which are vague and confusing. This will show you how to set them up by keyword, which are real specific. And you'll never have to go out and look for an opportunity. It'll be automatic. All right?
Right. I saw your video. I actually watched that video. I need to actually see my list of videos that we watched.
It's all good.
Thank you, John.
You can thank me after you win your first contract.
Thank you.
Oh, and FYI, guys, I'll be in Arizona next week. I will not be here Tuesday or Monday. I'm speaking at the International Glove Association Symposium in Arizona. But I will still try and set my training up at 4 each day, so you guys I'm still available to you, even though I won't be here.
Yeah, I saw that video as well. Congratulations.
Thank you. This is, it's slowly coming together. I do the National Black Chamber of Commerce, the IGA. I'm working on the Women's Chamber of Commerce and the National Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as well. So good things are coming.
John, I do have one more question. I watched your video on VSO, veteran-owned business, the paperwork for that.
Yes.
My question is, all of the information that is available, if you've only been in business for like 2 or 3 months, how do you submit that? Or are they looking for you to have all that information, or
no? They are. Yes, if you've been in business for a year or two, they're going to want to see your tax returns. And unfortunately, to register as a veteran right now, it's brutal. There's so many requirements to register as a veteran. And I get a lot of veterans that say, well, that's BS. They're making it so difficult on us to register. They're trying to make it impossible. They're not trying to make it impossible for veterans to register. They're trying to make it impossible for non-veterans to cheat. Because as of 2012, more than half the contracts that were set aside by veterans weren't being done by veterans. A lot of veterans would, a lot of guys had, like their wives were veterans. So they would put their wife as 51% owner and claim that they were veteran-owned, yet their wife has a day job or was a stay-at-home mom, and she wasn't actively working in the business. That's illegal. That's against the law. So they've literally made it impossible for people to cheat. And unfortunately, the fallout from that is it's very, very difficult to register. But if you're a veteran, you've already registered. If you're a retired veteran or you got an honorable discharge, you've already registered for your benefits. And you know how difficult that was just to get something that you have. You have the right to get your veterans benefits. It's not a privilege. That's a right. You worked for it.
Right. Both my husband and I are both veterans. I'm 100% disabled, and both of us are doing this business to do it together.
When you're ready to do your SDVOSB, let me know. Don't sign up with anybody else. Sign up with me, and I'll take care of you.
Okay, roger that. Thank you so much, John.
You got it. And ironically, applying for Social Security is just as difficult as it is to apply for your veterans benefits or to get registered as a veteran. Applying for disability.
I haven't applied for mine yet.
Disability is the same way. It's most people apply for these things twice and fail the first 2 times before they get it right the 3rd time, or they pay an attorney 1 year's salary to get it done, and it takes the average person 2.5 years to do them on their own. Obviously, if you do it with us, we can get it done in 2 to 3 months because we know what we're doing and we bang it out quickly with the right documentation, etc. But like I said, when you're ready, just let me know. I'll take care of you.
I will. Thank you, John.
No problem. Anybody else got a question or a bid or solicitation or proposal they want to work on today?
Hey, John, Sergio here. I got a question.
Yes.
I know you covered this already, and I've been looking for it in your videos, and I haven't been able to find it. But how do you find your FAR? And I know you covered it, how you just basically copy and paste it whenever you submit in a bid.
Yes. When you need a copy of your FAR, let me show you because this is really confusing to a lot of people. Okay. The FAR regulation, Federal Acquisition Regulation, is what FAR stands for. The FAR regulation is the same thing as Federal Acquisition Regulations. It's the same thing as ORCA. It's the same thing as Online Representation Certifications Application. It's the same thing as FAR and DFAR provisions. It's the same thing as representations and certifications. It's the same thing as reps and certs. This is all the exact same document, but different agencies and different agents call it different things because apparently there's no one training system they put all purchasing agents through. Matter of fact, from what I'm being told from a lot of purchasing agents, their training is more like a baptism by fire. You're hired. Here's your job. Good luck. Because I see so many different purchasing agents doing things different ways, but referring to the same terms or referring to the same thing, but using a different term for it. So, long story short, if anyone ever asked you for your reps and certs, your representations and certifications, your FAR or DFAR regulations, your FAR and DFAR provisions, your Federal Acquisition Regulations, your ORCA, or your Online Representation Certifications application, they're asking for the exact same document. And the way you get it is actually very simple. This is one of the easiest things you're going to do when it comes to submitting a bid. You're going to go to sam.gov, www.sam.gov. You're going to look for this website. If you search it, you're going to find pay-per-clicks and stuff like that. Don't go to those. You want to go to sam.gov. Now, do not sign in. I repeat, do not sign in. You don't have to. And if you do log in and you don't save it right, when you log out, you're going to deactivate yourself. And then you just ended your ability to win that bid because you're going to submit your quote and they're not going to accept it because you deactivated yourself in SAM and didn't know it. So do not log in for any reason whatsoever, ever. Don't log into your SAM. If you need something changed or modified, let me know. CC your case manager. We'll take care of it. All right? So I just want to make sure I'm clear about that. Don't ever log into SAM. You can go right here to search records, okay? You're going to put in either your company name or your DUNS number or your cage code. I'm going to put in my cage code, which is 5YMD1, and hit search or hit the return button on your keyboard. There's my account right there. I'm going to click view details, and then I'm going to click reps and certs right here. And ironically, what I just got through telling you guys that federal purchasing agents call the reps and certs different things depending on the agency. Watch this. Inside SAM itself, they're calling it 4 different things. They're calling it representations and certifications. They're calling it FAR or FAR and DFAR report. And they're calling it reps and certs. So right here alone in one system, they're calling it 4 different things, but it's all the same thing. All right. To download it, if it just says download FAR report, that means you're not an exporter. So you just download your FAR report. If it says download your FAR and your DFAR report, that could be because you're an exporter, or it could be other reasons as well. But if you're given both options, choose this option with both. If you're just given this option, that's the only option you can choose. But if you're given both options, choose this one, the FAR and DFAR. So to download it, you simply click the download link. It automatically downloads. Once it downloads and it opens, what I do is I print it to a PDF. So I'm going to save it. Oh, no, I hit the change button. Sorry. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to save it to my desktop, and I'm going to leave it just like it automatically names it. Don't change the way it's named. Leave it exactly like it automatically names it, because that's what purchasing officers are accustomed to seeing. And then hit save. So there's my reps and certs on my desktop, ready to go. When I submit my bid, all I have to do is attach it. Just drop it right in there. That's the easiest thing you'll do when submitting a bid. And you don't have to download this every time you submit bids. Unless you only submit a bid once a month, then yes, download it every month, at least minimum. If you submit bids daily or weekly, just download it once a month, update it once a month, because we do modify it as the new rules, laws, and changes are affected by it. We do modify it. Your case manager maintains it and updates it for you. And that's it. It's that simple. Any questions on downloading your reps and certs? Any other questions in general? Anybody else got a bid, solicitation, proposal you want to work on? Can you guys still hear me okay?
Hey, John, can you explain to me what blanket purchase agreement is?
A BPA, blanket purchase agreement, and again, different purchasing agents call different things for different reasons when a lot of times they're talking about the exact same thing. A blanket purchase agreement in the grand scheme of things means that they can get a price from you for X number of widgets, but they're not going to tell you exactly how many widgets they're going to buy. So they'll guesstimate they're going to buy between 500 and 50,000 widgets over the next 5 years. So they want you to give them a price based on that. Well, obviously, if you're only selling them 500, you could get a better price break from your supplier if you're selling them 5,000 at a time versus 500 at a time. But you won't know that because they're not telling you how many they're going to buy. So a lot of times on a BPA, they'll allow you to submit a bid where you put your price in brackets. So if they're going to buy 100 to 500, you'll give them this price. If they're going to buy 500 to 1,000, you'll knock 2% off. If they're going to buy 1,000 to 5,000, you'll knock 5% off. If they're going to buy 5,000 to 10,000, you'll knock 10% off, etc. Or it might not be a percentage route. It might just be for 500 or under, it's X number of dollars. For 500 to 1,000, it's this number of dollars. For 5,000 to 5,000, it's this number of dollars. So it's based on quantity. But that's really all a blanket purchase agreement means, is that they're going to purchase from you over a period of time, and they're not giving you an exact amount or quantity that they're going to purchase. It's kind of a guesstimate. But sometimes a BPA is the same thing as an RFP, a request for RFQ, a request for quote. Depending on the purchasing agent, they might be using the wrong term. Either way, they want to buy. The basic bottom line is they want to buy.
Okay, thanks, John.
Yeah. Now, if you ever have questions about terms in FBO and you got a bid due Monday morning and I'm not available because it's over the weekends, you can go to fbo.gov and you can go to their user guide right here. And the user guide has a section where they give you definitions of every word that's in there. Right here has the term, icon for it, and a full description of every term. So if you ever need something you can't get a hold of me, it's right here on FBO's homepage.
Okay, great. Thanks. Very helpful.
No problem. Anybody else got a question, solicitation, proposal, bid? Anyone? Bueller? Oh. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I do. Hey, John, I have a question. I sent you one. It was I sent it to you probably about 15, 20 minutes ago. It's Shannon. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Joy. And but I'm having a walk. I'm leaving work, so I can listen. I can't say anything. Did you see it, Jen?
This one right here?
No. Yeah.
Is there a solicitation number that you wanted me to look at?
I sent the link. I don't have the number.
Doesn't look like I got it.
Oh, okay.
Is this one right here?
Yes.
Atlanta JCC?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
And what would you like to know?
Well, I was kind of new to getting approved exams, and I was trying to know, the right way to go about that proposal.
This looks like a lot of, where the Job Corps is?
Mm-hmm.
The government runs different services like Job Corps. They got one called, what is it, mind you, blank. They got several agencies that the government runs where they help people apply for jobs or help them put their resume together or, what's the name of it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, they have agencies where they help people get jobs, job placement, job training, etc. And a lot of those, they're not run by the government. They're outsourced to third parties. So they would hire you to actually run this Job Corps center.
Okay. That's what I thought it was. I guess my thing is I have to prove that I have a certain amount of people and experience, or I guess the whole the whole putting the package together is part of my concern.
Yeah, that's a contract to run a Job Corps center. So if that's something you're interested in, I could answer questions and go through it with you.
Yeah.
John, they also have one called AmeriCorps.
AmeriCorps? Okay.
Oh, you said you have one? Did she say she have a contract like that?
No, I think she said
no. I'm sorry, I don't.
In her area called AmeriCorps where they do job placement, job assistance.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I can't for the life of me remember the one in SCORE. That's it. It's called SCORE in Florida.
Okay.
That's it. SCORE. Nonprofit associates educating entrepreneurs, helping small businesses grow. These guys are funded by the government. And a lot of times they'll actually, I'm not sure if the SCORE has a government contract or not. Anyway. Okay. Oh, real quick too, guys. If you guys ever need to reach me during the training and you can't log in, send me an email because someone just called me and left me a voicemail, which I can't check till I get off the phone. So if this is in regards to a bid that's due at 5 o'clock, they're probably not going to hear from me until after I get off the training, which is after 5. Okay, when looking at an opportunity, the first thing that I do when I look at an opportunity is I look at when it's due. Okay, there is no response date here, so they're not telling us when it's due. And I look at what it's set aside for to make sure we qualify before you waste any time on it. If it's set aside for a service-disabled veteran 8A HubZone, woman-owned, and you're not all of the above, you can't bid on it. Don't waste any time on it. And I say this all the time, but some people don't hear me or they're not listening because I had a gentleman a couple months ago call me up. Man, I found this opportunity. It's a great fit. I want to bid on it, John Wayne. I want you to help me with it. I stayed up half the night reading it. I was so excited. And the first thing I look at, it's set aside for woman-owned 8A, and he's not either. He couldn't even bid on it, but he stayed up half the night looking at it. So always look at the response date. Make sure there's plenty of time to respond. If this was posted today at 4 and it's due in the morning, most likely they know who they want to buy from, but they have to put it out for bid so they don't get in trouble. So if they're only giving you a couple hours to submit your bid, check with me before you invest any time on it. Unless it's a bid you could submit within a few minutes, then obviously you're not wasting any time on a bid that only takes a few minutes. So you got plenty of time to respond, and it's set aside for something that you can do, that you qualify for. Then you read the synopsis. After reading a few of these synopses, you're going to see that there's a lot of repeat information in these. I call it blah, blah, blah. I just skip through it. Blah, blah, blah. Job Corps, disadvantaged youth, two-year base period, Job Corps in Atlanta, telephone number. It's recommended potential officers download the RFP from the website prior to attending the pre-proposal conference and site visits. So they are allowing you to come out and join the conference, and it's an actual site visit ahead of time. All questions prior to that and at the end of the pre-proposal conference have to be submitted in writing. That's why there's no due date yet, because they haven't had the pre-proposal conference yet. So there's outreach services, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Residentially, okay. So that's all they're giving us right now, and they're not giving us any attachments. So what they're asking me to do at this point, put it on your watch list if it's something you're interested in, so you're notified when it's changed or modified. Check out the packages page. There are no packages. Now on this one, there's no interested vendors list. The interested vendors list tab would normally be right here. It'd be a third tab right there, and it would say interested vendors list. There is not one. This is what's called a blind list. So in this case, always add yourself to the interested vendors list if it's a blind list, because only the purchasing officer can see it. And the fact that this isn't out for bid yet, it's kind of a pre-solicitation, you want them to know that you are an interested vendor. Only thing else you can do on this, because they're not giving us any instructions on what to do. Conference site will be this Friday at that address.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good information. I can start there.
That's the telephone number for directions to talk to the purchasing agent. That's the link to join, to view it. Is recommended. There is no RFP to download, though. That's what's... See, purchasing agents make mistakes, and I believe this is one where they meant to add the document to download, but they didn't, because it's not under the packages page. It's not over here. It's not at the bottom. So the only thing you can do in this case is email the purchasing agent and ask them nicely that you don't see where you can download the pre-proposal conference, excuse me, the RFP for this solicitation number. And just ask nicely. Just say you forgot. You know, don't say you forgot. That makes it sound like you're telling them they don't know how to do their job. Ask them, you know, nicely, like make it sound like you're the idiot. You know, I'm my apologies, but I can't find the RFP to download. Can you send me the link, please? Thanks. Something like that. And that's all you can do on this one. Any other questions?
No, thank you, though.
No problem. Now, most site visits are not mandatory. It'll usually say non-mandatory site visit. If the site visit is mandatory and you don't go to it, obviously they're not going to let you bid on it, or you can bid on it, but they're not going to accept it because you're going to have to include a site visit letter showing you attended. Or when you attend the site visit, they're going to have you sign in.
Okay, that's good to know.
All right.
At least I know to show up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you're going to sub this out, you can have your subcontractor show up for the site visit as well.
Say that one more time.
If you're going to sub this out to a subcontractor, a lot of times you can have your subcontractor show up for the site visit.
Okay. Right.
Since they're the ones that are going to be doing the work anyway. Any other questions? Anybody else got a question, bid, solicitation, proposal you want to work on?
Hey, good afternoon, John. It's Mohan.
Yes.
I just got a quick question regarding email. Normally, I just had my name at Gmail, and I went to a SBA, and they suggested that have your company name. Do you suggest that, or do you think they said they look more professional? What are your thoughts on that?
It is true. I mean, one of the things that I do when I look at the interested vendors list on things, and if I was a purchasing agent, that would be something that in the back of my mind would affect my decision. You got to remember, these guys, all right, you know, I know you guys have heard me say this before. Humans in general are lazy, okay? So in general, we're going to do the least amount of work to do our job. That's just in our nature. We're not going to do things that we're not required to do for the most part. Some people are overzealous or you know, they'll go above and beyond to Call of Duty. But for the most part, we're going to do what's required. Federal purchasing agents, most of them, you know, they just want to do their job and go home at the end of the day and watch Impractical Jokers and sip on a glass of wine. They don't want to go above and beyond. They want to hire vendors that are going to do a good job, because the better job you do, the less hassle they have. If they hire you and you're an idiot, or you're a brand new company, you don't know what you're doing, or you're just, you know, accident prone and you make a lot of mistakes, you're going to make their job, you're going to make their life harder, because they have more issues to deal with than if they hire someone that just does a good job. So their perception of hiring you is part of the battle. I've had purchasing agents in the debriefing say, I hired this guy because he made me feel better than the other vendors. He made me feel more secure. They all had basically the same price, the same solution. They were selling a widget. But for some reason, this guy just made me feel like he was going to do a better job than everybody else. So I hired him. Perception is a big part of the battle. If they perceive that you're going to do a good job, they're more apt to hire you. And if you don't have a real domain name, you know, you're using a
No, I agree. It makes sense.
or even worse, if you're using an AOL account, they think AOL, it still exists? What is this guy, 100 years old? You know? And I hear that jokingly. I hear it here. People go, wow, this guy's still using an AOL. What is he, 80 years old? So, yeah, to some extent, perception is most of the battle. And you want to eliminate any reason a federal purchasing agent can say no. And that could be one reason they would say no. It's a good question, though.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Anybody else got a bid, proposal, solicitation, or question? Just pipe right up. Anyone?
John, this is Joe. I have a quick question.
Yes.
I submitted an RFQ earlier today that was due at noon, and well, to make a long story short, I know that I have a competitor that's bidding on it, and it was an engineering design and manufacture contract.
Right.
And so what happened was we think that the contracting officer at some point reached out to this one company, and I also reached out to them as well to maybe use their product. And you know, I think that they went behind my back or undercut me, and he kind of just stopped answering me.
Right.
But they weren't registered in SAM to bid on the contract. And I've been looking on SAM to see the process of the registration, and they failed their cage validation, and they've yet to get approved, you know, get authorized by SAM. And the contract was due today, so clearly they probably didn't have, you know, the proposal submitted on time. You know, does that, you know, would it have been possible for them to submit a bid today or no?
They could submit it, but the government's not supposed to award it without an active cage code. And if they do, there's a fine line there. They're not necessarily breaking the law if they award it to this company without an active cage code. The problem is when it comes time to pay them, they cannot pay them without an active cage code. So more than likely, they're not going to award it to them, because that's another hassle. Like I said, purchasing agents don't want hassles. They want, unless there's something fishy going on and they're getting a kickback or something, which I'm sure does still happen on occasion. But most federal purchasing agents just want to do their job and go home at the end of the day and eventually retire and get their pension, you know. So
right.
I doubt it. I doubt they'll award it to them or even accept their bid, because that's just that could cause them more hassle, you know. They're not going to do things that are going to make them have more work.
Right. Okay.
This is how you build your LinkedIn, guys. You add people from Yellow Pages and from AT&T, because anyone from Yellow Pages will click yes and accept your invite. Just another little trick I got. Any other questions?
What is the benefit of that, adding more people to your LinkedIn?
The more people you have associated to you in social networking, the more of a specialist, the more trustworthy you are, you know?
Okay.
The reason why my videos go #1 so quickly is because I've got such a powerful internet presence. Matter of fact, look at this, guys. This will blow you away. Somebody's calling me again. I'm on the training. I told you guys I'm going to be at the International Glove Association symposium next week. So, of course, I posted a video about it to let my peeps know that I'll be there, and anybody who's local wants to come see me, blah, blah, blah. Search International Glove Association, and guess whose video comes up #1? With only 4 views. My video went #1, just like that, above videos that have almost 10,000 views. 800 views, 1,300 views, 300, 400, 7,800 views. My video came up #1 with only 4 views because of my relevance, because of the number of followers I have. LinkedIn gets me, I get 100, 200 new followers on LinkedIn every week without even trying. They just come to me and follow me. So I'm up to almost 15,000 followers now on LinkedIn. That's validity. That shows that people trust me, you know. If I'm, I'm working with a client, they don't know who I am. Maybe they found me on the internet and they don't know who I am. And let's say they go to Google and they search.
So if you had a company, would it be under your name, or would you do it under your company's name?
You want to do one under your name and one for your company. You want to do one for both.
Copy.
Like my company has a LinkedIn, and I'm also in LinkedIn under my company as an individual.
Makes perfect sense, and it's practical.
Yeah. Now, let's say, someone's looking, they want to know who I am. They go on Google and they search my email address. Now, some of you might not know this. A lot of you guys that get on here are very intelligent, and you know that you can please most of the people all the time. You can please all the people some of the time. You can never please all the people all the time. So as awesome as you guys think I am, there's not 100% of the people on the planet that agree. Okay, occasionally I get somebody that gets upset for whatever, and they don't think I'm the awesome guy that you guys think I am. I had one client, I swear, I would show you, but I'm not going to put her on the spot like that. She had over 90 emails that she sent to me that I responded to. She joined 38 of these daily trainings. She called me 113 times asking me questions. And then one day she posted this article online saying that I was a ripoff because I didn't help her win a contract. She only submitted 1 bid in a year and didn't win it. And she posted this article about me, not helping her. If I'm talking to someone who doesn't know this and they want to know who I am and they search Google and they find this article she posted about me, they're not going to hire me because of that one person that was a jerk, Yeah,
it's kind of sad because I can understand if she put 100 bids, then said no,
Yeah.
But it's just not right.
She submitted 1 bid that I completely almost wrote for her, and she lost it because her pricing was too high, But if you search my name on Google, I'm all over the place. I come up under my company website. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on the National BCC. I come up under Google keyword site. I got articles out the rear. You'd have to go probably 10 pages deep to find that woman's complaint, if it even exists anymore. That's why being relevant is good, because if you're a business owner and you're going to do volume, you're not going to make everyone happy all the time. I guarantee it. I don't care how good you are. There's some idiots out there that they're going to hire you and they're going to make a mistake and they're going to blame you for it. And that's your reputation. So you need to build your internet presence. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube are the 4 primary areas that you need to focus on to build your internet presence. And if you guys need help with that, let me know, because I have videos that come up #1 out of 200,000-300,000 results. And I can write a video, and sometimes it'll go #1 the same day with only a few views. So if you guys need help with internet presence or building your relationships or having people follow you or subscribe to you, let me know, because I'm starting to get pretty good at it. Matter of fact, one thing I want to show you real quick. I've got people that are it's #1, or it's #1 with only 4 views under myself, of course. I've got competitors that are putting my videos on their YouTube site, which is great because it's giving me more validity. But it's hilarious because they're showing their clients my videos, and my videos direct them back to me. G.S.A, the General Services Administration, I just realized the other day, they have my videos on their YouTube account, and they probably don't even know it. Any other questions? Anybody else with bids, just proposal, solicitation? You guys still hear me?
Yes, John, we do.
All right. Well, anybody else have any questions or anything to work on? Jefferson Economic Development Institute. So they're playing my videos on their YouTube site.
Hey, John, also, would you recommend on the back of a business card putting a cage and DUNS number?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt. You're rarely going to actually meet a federal purchasing agent face-to-face to have to hand them a card. But like when you do a site visit, you know, that's a case where that would happen. Also, when you go to these, you ever go to one of these conventions where they let you meet federal purchasing agents, that could help. And, you know, guys, in the grand scheme of things, use your status as a government contractor to help you win more commercial and industrial and residential contracts. You know, if you sell in the commercial or the residential or the industrial industry, let them know that you're a government contractor. That's bragging rights. That builds validity, you know. A lot of people think, wow, you're selling to the government. Man, you must really know what you're doing, because they think it's impossible to sell to the government. Well, it's really not. There's 3 reasons people go into business: prestige, profit, and protection. Some people do it because they want to make money. Some people do it because they want to build a business that they can one day sell, you know, which is, protection. And some people go into business just to be able to brag about it, to say that they're a business owner, you know. Same thing why some people sell to the government. Some people only sell to the government just so they can use it as a bragging right to get more private business. And some people do it for profit. Some people do it as another source of income to protect their business from failing. And the beauty of the federal government, guys, when 9/11 happened, I happened to have a little handyman business, working for a general contractor as a sub, and I was doing bathroom and kitchen remodels. And I had 5-6 bathrooms and kitchens lined up. I was doing great. But when 9/11 happened, people stopped spending immediately, man. They panicked and stopped spending, and I went out of business. But the government never stopped spending. When the housing market crashed in 2008, I, again, was a business owner and lost my butt, and should have sold the business in 2007. Somebody offered me $1 million for it, and I turned it down because we were going to do $1 million in 2008. We didn't, because the housing fell apart. But the government doesn't stop spending, guys. When they run out of money, they print more. And this is, we're talking the United States federal government. They spend more money than any other entity on the entire planet. So if you're going to sell to someone who never stops spending. And when they run out of money, they print more, you know? Any other questions? If there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and end the training for today. Be back on here tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. Just email me ahead of time if you want to join. If you've got an opportunity you want to bid on, instead of emailing me the SOL number or a description, when you're in FBO, let's say like this one, for example. Copy this link up here and email me the entire link. So when we get on the training tomorrow and you want me to look at this, I don't have to open FBO and search it and try and find it. I can just click on this link and it'll open automatically. It'll make it quicker for everybody. And if you guys, if anyone hasn't signed up for personal one-on-one training, if you want training outside the group session, when you want to work on a bid, especially if you got something that like it has any level of security, I can't work on security contracts in the group session. Especially armed security or any contract that has a high level of security or top secret. Obviously, we can't do it in a group session because that's conflict of interest. So if you guys want to get some private one-on-one training, you can buy it or you can also earn it. If you guys are interested in learning how to earn private one-on-one training, let me know and I'll send you the links. And other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Have a great evening.
You too.
Thank you, John.
You too. And you guys keep in mind, I'll be out next week, but I will be trying to put the meeting together between 4 and 5 regardless.
All right. Thank you, John.
Got it.